Hello everyone, Vince Logan here, and what we're about to finish up this little drawing right here that we were doing today. Now, as you can see right here that the finishing touches, we're about to put the finishing touches on the hand right here. So what I do is I set up a little whiteboard behind here, so now we can just easily just scribble on the canvas. So what we're doing is we're trying to darken this up a little bit more. We're trying to darken the canvas up, so we're gonna make it really dark. Because remember, the drawing is trying to show emotions. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make it darker, guys. I'm gonna go over here. You guys could probably guess it. I probably don't really need this piece anymore. Okay. I guess I won't be needing my special little blackboard right here. I'll just set this down right there. So now it should be much more smoother. Because much more smoother now. Okay. Yep. I'll set it up. Nah. That makes it way too noisy. Nah, sorry guys. Okay, that's not gonna work. Looks like I need my blackboard after all. Okay, here we go. Yeah, definitely need my blackboard. So we're just gonna shade like that. We're just gonna make it really dusty. I know this took 2 days to do. Now, yesterday I thought I was gonna get it done last night, but my phone didn't have a lot of time on it. And plus I got really sleepy, so decided to go to bed. But yeah, it was a good day today. It was really nice. Really cold, I know that. And I heard it was a freeze warning out there, so. Okay, so when you look at the drawing, it looks like the hand is trying to reach out for something, but it quite really doesn't know what it's trying to reach out for. So what I think I might do is it's a little dark. I don't know how I'm gonna add words to this. I don't know. I might not add words to this one because this one really looks pretty deep, really emotional. It's really showing that emotional type of style to it. I'm not really sorry if I'm not doing too much talking while doing this or motivational talks. I'm kind of really into this now because I wasn't so sure about this one at first. I wasn't so sure about this piece at first, but now you really start to see the details all lining up. I'm gonna bring my camera a little closer so you guys can see it better. Straighten it out. Perfect. Okay. Hold up. Straighten it out. Yep. Perfect. All right. And you see how when we trace the hand, if this wasn't traced, then the hand would have been faded. And we wouldn't, even if we had faded like this, like with the pencil, it still would have faded due to the pencil shavings lining up. Now I would do this with charcoal. If the thing is I don't have charcoal. I don't have any charcoal. But if I did, I would definitely do this one with charcoal. And for anyone with charcoal, I would definitely recommend you do this picture with charcoal. If you just have pencil, then you could definitely work with that because I'm using pencil right now. First, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna brush this a little, just to make sure that it's brushable. And yeah, it is perfectly smooth. You see that dust right here? You probably can't see it because of the. I'll bring it up towards the light. Hold up. Okay. Hold up. There we go. You see that dust on the brush right there? That right there is what we need to see when we're brushing our pencil dust. When we're brushing our pencil dust that's on the canvas. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It looks like a tornado dust pencil charcoal storm or something like that. All right, there you go. Setting that camera up straight. You guys will probably really like this ending video right here a little bit better than the first two because number one, I'm in my zone. Number two, it looks a lot more like an artist studio up in here. It looks a lot more cinematic, which I really love. Trying to make sure my canvas is a little straight. When you're doing stuff like this, you need to make sure that the angles are perfect. You need to be hitting all the angles. I know artists don't usually do that, but I don't know. I mean, I kind of like to do it. I'm not so sure if too many artists do that. I know that a lot of comic book artists love to twist and turn the pages a lot to get the right angles. Now, remember, so the hand, what we're gonna do with the hand, guys, the reason why we're kind of shading a lot of this real quick is because we're gonna take our eraser and we're just gonna trace the hand all over again, but make it bigger. Like it's reaching out. Like you can see the shadow of the hand reaching out for something. You know, that's gonna be a cool magic trick though. It's gonna be a pretty cool trick. So stay tuned so you can see what I'm about to do at the end. You know, because this video is gonna go live when I set it to for a live premiere on YouTube after I'm done recording this. So this is a pre-recorded video. Now I would love to actually go live. I think that would be really cool. That way the people that watch me can see me do it live. And I could talk to them and ask them what next detail I should add to my drawing. Make sure you get that all. Sorry you guys can't see my face right now and see my expressions about this art piece because I'm really in the zone right now. Like this is literally, I'm in the Mamba mentality right now. Like I'm locked in. I wasn't expecting this piece to turn out so like emotional. But you see what I'm saying when you the least little thing you can do, like you do when it comes to art, whatever, is turn something so simple like a hand drawing into something like just into an amazing art piece. That's what I really love about art. You can turn anything into a masterpiece. So for those of you that don't know, I'm actually completely self-taught. You know, I've never went to art school, never really took a particular class or anything to learn how to do all this stuff. All of this stuff came natural. And I'm gonna share a little story with you guys about how this all came to be. So when I was younger, I think I was probably 7, like maybe 7 or 8. My Judy and my Poppy, which are my great grandparents, my Judy and my Poppy went out to because my Judy is a speaker. She goes to speak at churches sometimes. And we went to this, we had to stay in a hotel overnight. So we went to this church so she could speak at this church. And I just remember I was sitting next to my Poppy. And I didn't bring my DS or anything, my Nintendo DS. And I was just so bored. Like, I did not know what to do. I was so bored, and I said, "Oh my God, I'm drowning out here, man." So I looked at my Gigi's purse, and I saw her notebook filled with stuff that she's written. But a couple pages, she had some stuff written down. But as I kept turning pages, I saw that a lot more pages were empty. So I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna draw some of my favorite anime characters, right? So what I did was, at first I tried to get it right, but I couldn't. So I said, I'm gonna just draw stickman figures, you know. So what I did was I started drawing stickman figures, and I just started adding the word bubbles to them and turning them to my own little comic book / cartoon. And it was just like, man, like, I didn't know that I could do this. It is actually pretty cool. So I kept doing it, and I've been doing this for years. Like, I've collected over more than I could count composition books. And what I've done is I've just drawn everything, mostly stickman figures and my favorite cartoon characters and anime characters. And my Gigi's library got so filled up with composition books that we had to take a giant tub, almost like, you know, those blue tubs. Like, it was pretty big though. I mean, it was pretty big to me because I was younger. Now it's probably not that big, but my grandfather had to take 2 of them and put them in a shed out there, maybe in the garage as well, because there was so many of them in here. But yeah, so I've been doing this for years, you know. Especially being an only child, you have to really find different ways to entertain yourself. Because I remember when I was younger, I was really upset because when my closest friends moved to another neighborhood, well, I don't know where they are now, but when they moved, I was so upset because I felt like, you know, because they were my brother. It felt like they were my brothers. And when they moved, I was really sad because I didn't have any siblings. I mean, I had my sister. I do have a sister, but she was an adult at the time. Well, she's an adult now, but she was older than me, and plus she didn't live with me. And yeah, you know, you gotta find different ways to entertain yourself, to have fun, and art and drawing stuff was always there for me. We're just gonna continue to keep making this black. We're just gonna keep darkening it up. So, and what I used to do when I was younger, I would draw my favorite cartoon characters and would make little cutouts of them, nice little silhouettes, realistic silhouettes, and I would just play around as if like I was there with the real character was there with me, you know. See, that's what I'm talking about. Ain't nothing like a little mistake though, y'all. Like, now that was embarrassing, but guess what? See, that's the thing about things. When mistakes come, see, my thing wasn't too tight, but when mistakes like that happen, guys, we can always fix them. We can always fix them. And that's gonna happen though, y'all. So, there. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna straighten this out some. That way. There. Now that's not gonna happen again. Okay. Yeah, I'm used to that happening. That happens way too much, y'all. One time I remember I set up a whole, like, I was trying to it was like this giant, like I set up a whole thing outside where I had all these papers out there in cardboard boxes, and I was trying to build like a little house or something. And I remember my cousin, when she was like, my cousins were here, and I think she was like trying to like finish her sketching on it or something like that. And what happened was the entire thing fell down. And I was so mad, man. I screamed. I was like, why? Yeah. But it's good though, guys. You know, stuff like that happens. I need a new easel too, cause See, that's the thing, when you don't have everything that you when you don't have everything that you really need to make stuff work, then you make stuff work with the stuff that you have. Because I have this little easel right here. It's really nice, but as you can see, you know, it's not a complete easel, but it works. You see? Yeah, that was a little comedic moment right there, though. You know, the whole thing fell. Stuff like that will just happen. I know y'all probably laughing. I know y'all laughing, though, when that thing fell. Just gonna straighten that up. All right. Okay. So about the hand, now I realized some details that I promised you guys, but it turns out I'm not really getting to that just yet. And I know it's kind of just, I know y'all that really paid attention are like, well, didn't you say you were gonna draw the lines? So what I'm gonna do is I am gonna draw the lines in my palms right here. Hold on, my phone is let me see, check their storage. So we're on 15%. I'm just gonna plug my phone up real quick so we'll have more time on our hands. Okay, guys, so my phone is plugged up. Hold up. So my phone is plugged up now, so we have a lot more time on our hands. It's not gonna die on us. Okay. Just continue to keep shading. Just keep shading. Yeah. To everyone out there, yeah, please subscribe and feel free to have some comments on my stuff if y'all want to. I would love to see some comments. And yeah, I would love for y'all to subscribe if y'all want to. Let's catch up on some new videos. You know, I don't usually do tutorials like this. You know, I don't usually do this, but I did it anyway because, you know, why not? Why not? Because, you know, I watch a lot of artists that do tutorials online. You know, the reason why I don't really do too many tutorials because I like to remain anonymous, so that like people can have a more like imaginative mind of like mystery of like who the artist actually is. And it's like once you finally see the artist, it's like, oh, yo, like that's what he look like that's who that artist is. That's who that is. Oh wow, like he never showed his face, you know, something like that. But you know, it's always good for people to see who you are and know who they're working with, you know. You know, I love artists, man. Like my favorite artist of all time is Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci is one of my all-time favorite great artists of all time. Yeah, Leonardo da Vinci. All right, yeah. So I was saying, so we're gonna add the lines of our palms right here. Hold up, yo, see it better. We're gonna add. Hold up. Let me see it right there. I'm just gonna add the lines. You can't see it. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna add the lines, guys. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. It's a little difficult because of the pencil shading. You know, I know we haven't made it completely dark yet. I'm trying to make it really dark because one drawing that I did that took weeks to do, it was a waterfall where I literally drew the entire background dark and I just used my eraser to make the water fall down. Alright, so let's see. I'm just going to draw lines. Nothing too major. I'm just going to draw some lines. Now, the question is, are we going to sharpen the lines on our palms? The thing is, no, I don't think so. I'll have to see if we're gonna sharpen those with the Sharpie. I hope y'all can see this. Hold up. If y'all can, I'm gonna bring it closer. Straighten that up a little bit. Alright. There we go. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, we're making the lines right there. We're just gonna that looks good. That looks good. See, we got 3 of them right there. Right here, we're gonna do it again for this one. Let's see, 2. I'm actually looking at my palms as I'm doing this. Now that looked way too, a little bit too much. I should sharpen this pencil up to make it more noticeable. Ah, man, I broke my pencil. And that's another thing that's going to happen. Good thing we have a spare pencil sharpener in here. It's a really nice one. Like I said, guys, mistakes will happen. It's all a part of the process. See, my thing is I got a bad pencil anyway. This pencil, you got issues. Then you trying to. This pencil right here. This pencil. When I'm doing that, I'm actually just replacing my some stuff out of this pencil sharpener real quick to make sure everything is right. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take some of these little pencil shavings out and just sharpening a brand new pencil. To make sure everything is right where it needs to be. Yeah, and looks like we're good. We're good. Okay, so let's finish up. I'm not too good at drawing palms, guys. I'm not really too good at that. So I'm just gonna draw lines for some reason. Yeah. I don't know. Probably gonna make it look trash. So we're just gonna draw lines. It's one thing I'm not good at. I'm not too good at drawing palms. Let's just give it a try. Because when we try stuff, you at least gotta give it a try. I don't know if you guys can see this, but the lines are coming together pretty smooth. Just a little closer so you guys can see it. Oh man, my head is in the way. I'm gonna just move my head. You guys can probably see it. See the lines? They're coming together pretty good. Sorry, my head was in the way a little bit. There. Alright. You know, this is actually the perfect video to actually go live. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like this is actually perfect. You know, I got a lot more done today. So, and this video has a lot of tone into it too. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's good. I ain't gonna front. That's good. I like that. I like this. I like how I have the lines. It almost looks a little bit. Sorry. Kind of look a little bit similar. What you guys think? It looks similar to it looks similar to y'all? A little bit, a little bit. All right. No, just yeah, yeah. I like that. Now, I don't know. Like, I mean, now should I add the sharpening to it? I don't know. I mean, should I add the Sharpie to it to make it look more, just to give it more meaning? I'll decide if I should trace the palm lines. You know, I don't know. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and hold on, drop my little brush right here. I'm just gonna leave it as it is for the palms, and we're gonna continue to darken up the entire drawing. Now I probably wouldn't want to make it look too dark. Okay. So what I'm going to do is all right. That's good. That's good. Make stuff straight. You know what I mean? Just keep on shading. So I remember this one time I went up to the mountains. You know, speaking of I remember I told you guys about a book I got published. Speaking of a good story, this is actually a real story. We went up to the mountains once. Over there in we went up to go to the mountains and we stayed in a house up there. And it was just me and my Gigi and my mom. And it was really nice at first. When we went in there, it was not too nice because a lot of the room decor, a lot of the house decor and stuff was really small. And it looked like one of those old 1950s house, which I kind of really liked. You know, it was really nice to, you know, photograph and sketch. But that night, my Gigi wasn't feeling too comfortable about the place. And she wanted to leave, but we couldn't, you know, we really didn't want to go in the dark. So I was like, I don't know what the heck. Like she's sensing, but you know, I'm gonna have to go to sleep really fast because you know I'm gonna be scared. Cause, you know, I just watched a scary movie. And I ain't having it. So the next day we left to leave the mountains, and unfortunately I didn't really get to see that much. I wanted to go to the arcade and hang out and play miniature golf, but we had to leave. So we took pictures of deers, really cool. And fortunately, I actually got to see the mountains, which were really nice and very beautiful. Very eye capturing. But the best part of this experience, and probably the most creepy and weird, was when we were going up a mountain as a shortcut, all of the cars that was going up there started disappearing. And it was getting foggy, like it was getting so fog. Like, remember that movie Stephen King made called The Mist? It was like that. It was very, very foggy. Like, almost like in those little, it was like we were stepping into the Twilight Zone or something. That's how weird it was. And there was a sign saying turn back, and I was like, oh heck no. Like, we might get up there, we might see them like skeletons and weird aliens up there or something. We might be seeing the monsters from outer space. We might have probably been in another parallel universe. People's skin turning blue, something like that. I don't know. Like, it would have been crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been absolutely insane. Yeah, I was scared too. I was scared too. I closed my eyes because I said, if I open up my eyes, if I remove my hands from my eyes, and my mom and my Gigi's skin turn blue, like they look like those aliens from those movies, I'm like, shoot, I'm gonna get off this car. I don't care where I'm going. I'm probably gonna have to get eaten by an alien or something. I'm not gonna be in this. I was scared as heck, y'all. But nah, so it was good. We turned back and we made it out safe. But afterwards, I was looking back and I said, that just gives me a new idea for a new story. And I decided to call that story Mystery Behind the Mountains. And it was actually supposed to be my second book, and I never got it published due to family issues. You know, some emergencies that we had to take care of. You know, but you know, I think my Mimi who raised me, I love her so much. She's my grandmother. I call her my Mimi. I thank her so much for taking all her time and all her money to get my first book signing, to be able to do that, because that was a really huge event and a huge it was just something our family has never done before. We never had a book published. We never had any authors in the family to do something big like that. We had it at my church, and she paid for everything, you know. And she was actually really sick then, you know. She wasn't. So my Mimi's an entertainer, and I see where I get it from. And she wasn't, unfortunately, she wasn't able to be there to be with me because, you know, she hosted all my birthday parties, everything, and was always there. And this is the first time that for the first time in my life, I've accomplished something, and she wasn't there to be there right next to me. And I felt really upset. You know, I was emotional about it, but, you know, all that money that she spent on me, for all the people that paid for my book, and because of my book signing, all that money went back to her. As I would like to say, for me saying thank you to her for everything she's done. You know, unfortunately, she's passed and transitioned to eternal life. You know, so rest in peace to my beautiful and wonderful Mimi, who I love dearly with all my heart. You know, grandmothers hold a special place in our hearts. You know, my Mimi holds a special place in my heart forever. You know, I've had a very interesting life. I had a very interesting birth story. I came into this world I was weighing 1 pound, and my lungs were fully developed. You know, the doctors wanted to put me on the ventilator, and wanted to put tubes in me. But I never needed any of that stuff. And my Mimi was there to put up a good fight for me in the hospital the whole time. My Mimi was making sure that everything was right. Make sure that I didn't need all that stuff that they were saying that I needed. And I came out of the hospital. And here we are today. You know, I lived with my parents for a little while until both of my parents, you know, divorced, and that's when my Mimi took me, and she fought custody of me, and I've lived with her and my papa ever since.